Hi everyone, my name is Elena and I'll be presenting about my capstone project, which is Top Partner AI today. So essentially, if there's one takeaway that I'd like for you to have about Top Partner AI is that it is sort of an AI co-founder, if you will, or just a top partner that will challenge your assumptions and still keep your equity. So what it really means is this is that Top Partner AI is your intelligent decision support companion. It's designed to get you from idea to execution all in one workflow, and the platform actually learns about who you are, what you're working on, the context on exactly what you've done in the past, and what your skill gaps are as a founder. We use real data from founder case studies, from structured decision frameworks, and adaptive memory to provide this tailored guidance. This is a quick preview that I'll go into a demo later on today. But really, what we want users to feel is that never feel like you're building alone. And we're particularly targeting solo founders in this case. So before I really dive deep into it, I'd like to first start with a quote from Gary Tan. As a lot of you already know, Gary Tan is the president and CEO of Y Combinator. And what he says is that startups are very, very hard. And that's why founders must be incredibly strong. I don't think we need Gary Tan to let us know that finding your own startup is hard. I myself, and I'm sure a lot of us in this room have already internalized that founding your own startup is, again, very hard. So these are just some statistics that 76% of founders agree that running a business is lonely. It's even more than some CEOs of some corporations today. And 57%, or honestly, it's probably even more than that, feel guilty when they stop to take a break. With that, even co-founders feel lonely. How about solo founders? So especially even solo founders have seen this declining rate of solo founders being accepted into Y Combinator over time. This is only a small snapshot of some statistics in terms of how there's a bias against solo founders and on top of the mental toll that comes with that. We can see from this graphic here that solo founders do make up a big chunk of $1 million plus revenue companies with such a disproportionate ratio in VC funding. So again, the main point here is that solo founders are at a disadvantage. So what I really want to solve here, and I've created a user persona named Freya based on my user interviews in the past. And Freya here is an aspiring solo founder who has an incredibly personal idea that he wants to build, but he doesn't really have anyone in mind to start building with. I've distilled from several user interviews three main takeaways that I've really built my product on, or Top Partner AI. So first, we noticed that there's a big mental toll that really comes with taking full ownership. If even co-founders feel lonely, especially solo founders, especially as you scale. Second, we found that there's been a recurring pattern where a lot of people say it's hard to keep up, meaning that there's a growing saturation of AI tools in the market. If you think about maybe a recruiter or even other roles, but usually a startup hires for, I guarantee you that there's probably someone in the market making an AI tool for it. So it's really hard, especially as we're all essentially new to this and we're looking at such a growing market. It's hard to keep up with all these AI tools. Thirdly, I'd like to quote Soleil, who's one of my personal product designer idols, but also he was one of Facebook's early product designers that actually pioneered the like button. He says that there are so many verticalized AI products for roles that you would usually hire for. And what this means is that people are more empowered than ever to really build their own products as their skill set can be learned. So meaning that accelerators also have certain recipes that they look for. Why I say that is I'd like to quote two specific users that I interviewed. One is Osbert. He's a product manager at a post-IPO SaaS company, and he has a stable job, but then he actually likes to vibe code on the side. I know we've probably heard of the term vibe coding quite a bit, and essentially he creates some prototypes of some ideas, but he still struggles with deciding between things like how to incorporate as an LLC, an S Corp, a C Corp. And I also interviewed Sophie, who's on kind of the other end of the spectrum where she is fully a founder at a YC startup. She actually recently just raised a couple $1 million in terms of funding after graduating YC summer batch. And I asked her, why did she choose Y Combinator over Neo? Because she was in the final rounds for both. Or why did she even choose an accelerator at all? And she says that her startup seemed to fit the recipe of YC, and they even reached out to her quite a bit to try to convince her to join Y Combinator. And this really indicates that there is a success sort of path in a way, even though it might be ambiguous, that's based on historical patterns. So what I really want to do, and this is the vision that I bring forward in terms of presenting Top Partner AI, is that how might we enhance solo founder decision intelligence while still making AI approachable? So with all of these data points in mind, the fact that there is data and that there is also just solo founders struggling, I created Top Partner AI. It's essentially a desktop web product or a go-to platform where founders, especially solo founders, can make hard decisions together. And I'll go into a really quick demo on exactly what it looks like. I'll just preface that this is sort of a prototype I built with the help of Cursor, Claude, and also using OpenAI API keys. So let's say you first log into Top Partner AI. I'll put like a placeholder email here. And like a password, and you can sign in first. And it instantly welcomes you to Top Partner AI. Essentially, you can go into the first onboarding flow, and I'll give just sort of a placeholder of myself as an AI co-founder, or AI solo founder. Let's say I'm making an AI co-founder. So literally, I'm using Top Partner AI to build Top Partner AI. So you can see that with this, I'll just click on some placeholder things. Who do I want to talk to? Top Partner AI can be a co-founder, a startup advisor, a digital twin. Here, I'll be doing a co-founder. And then we finish the onboarding flow. You can even see in profile that this is essentially, okay, it says Alex here, but let's say I'm Alex, that you have 4 call to actions. You can start a decision path, you can talk to your partner, your journey, and resources. For this demo, I'll talk about the chat function. Let's say I want Top Partner AI to challenge me. So there's different modes. This one is challenge mode. And let's say we want Top Partner AI to give me a contrarian take on what it takes to build an AI co-founder. So yeah, let me give it a send. And then this uses the OpenAI API key to really kind of dive into a contrarian angle. This can also do a lot more things. Aside from that, this is just one of the potential user flows, but I like to highlight some other features of this app is that once we already find it, you can see that they talk about the human aspect, the emotional intelligence. I also implemented other modalities that are coming soon at the moment, meaning you can speak to your AI co-founder. You can even upload previous prototypes or wireframes before that in order to get feedback and really understand what it's like to have a companion. Another part of this that I'd like to highlight is the accelerator readiness. So part of the premium features is that Top Partner AI can really determine if you are suited for Y Combinator over Neo, for instance. So you can, for instance, when you already upload all of your files and concepts, let's say Y Combinator to give you a match score. You're 72% of a match for past recipes of Y Combinator. You can see that these are 2 things that you want to build on. There's also Neo, Techstars, other accelerators, and even determine if an accelerator is something you even want. The other aspect that I wanted to talk about is agent mode. So this is a future look into what Top Partner AI can do, and it can go from just planning to executing. So I know I'm short on time here, so I'll be happy to answer more questions on this, but kind of going back to the slides, that is the product demo. In terms of revenue, we are targeting 3 main tiers. The first being for starter, which is just kind of a glimpse of what Top Partner AI can do for you. So 5 trial sessions. The builder is when you start paying $19 a month. This is very much similar to other tools like Claude, ChatGPT, etc. And it really gives you a personalized builder kit. It also gives you a trial session to what Agent Moon can do. And finally, we have Founder Plus, which is our ultimate premium tier that really allows you to have accelerator-specific pattern matching, unlimited access to agent mode where it can execute tasks for you, like create a Slack group chat. And this is just a really quick preview in terms of the financials. Again, I am a solo founder that's really working with an AI-forward deployment process. So really using a lot of AI model APIs, Cursor, things like that to really be able to bring this to life. I'd also like to really quickly highlight some of the competition in the market. We're really competing against 2 parts here. One, I initially got the question when I first pitched this in the class, why would I use this over ChatGPT? And honestly, the answer is trust and context. Because you've already fed all of the things that you do to Top Partner AI, they can give more tailored recommendations that's excluding the noise. For instance, sometimes ChatGPT refers to your previous conversations. Top Partner AI can be trusted fully in that regard. We're also competing against some other builder communities like BuildSpace. Rest in peace, they used to be one of the prominent kind of builder communities in SF, but this just highlights that there is a demand for that, to not feel alone while you're building. So yeah, so this is myself once again. My name is Elena. I am a product manager by experience. I was previously at Salesforce and a couple other big tech companies. I have a design systems and AI background, and this is my capstone as a technology management student. And again, my partner here is actually Top Partner AI. So yeah, so it's kind of like dogfooding is one thing that I do. And yeah, this is sort of the end of my pitch. I'm happy to answer any questions, but one last thing that I just want to leave you all with is that with Top Partner AI, never build alone. Thank you.
Wow. Right on the money, 10 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Seriously.
Cool.
And we got 2 minutes, guys. Q&A.
Yes.
And I just want to say for the judges, so I got money to give out.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Sorry.
Fun, but you can look for this.
That's the button.
Yes. So thanks so much. Great presentation and everything looks great. Quick question. So when you were building this, when we look at company CMS and I asked them, does it work? How would you like create KPIs for measuring if this works? Like how do you measure if it works?
Oh, that's a very good question. So what I would think of as my North Star metric, so even more beyond just the platform is, do people actually feel like, first of all, that they are accompanied by this app? Do they feel like they're getting actually useful insights? And I know those are more ambiguous terms, but to put into KPIs for the platform, it would be for continuing returning users, for instance. So like the number of sessions that they keep doing within a month. I think monthly active users is something that we definitely want to look into. Another part is also maybe on the more guardrails end, how many times does the user kind of ask repeating questions to the app? So making sure that the app actually gives them useful results. I would also look into maybe on a feature by feature aspect. So the KPIs, I mentioned agent mode. So once that actually rolls out, how many people are actually using agent mode, how many people are coming back to agent mode. And that really signifies the retention and overall usage of the app. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, congratulations.
Nice presentation.
Thank you.
In terms of differentiation, is there any unique data that you're able to train thought partner on AI on that is not otherwise available through a foundational model?
Yeah, definitely. That's a great question. So that's also one of our differentiators here compared to other players in the market like Co-founder AI, is that we aim to really use sort of past accelerator data for one thing, in terms of we aim to compile a bunch of data set of what are the past sort of applications and startups that have been funded by YC, for instance. What are their remarkable traits? And I know that that can be available online, but I think from my research, there's not really any specific data set that focuses primarily on those things. For instance, things like the stage, the founder type, the product that they're serving, the market that they're serving. So really curating that specific data set can be helpful. And that's on the accelerator side of things. I would also like to further expand if there's further time. Oh, I know.
Okay.
Finishing my thought there is to really go into the founder aspect of things and really going into what kind of support we can provide these founders that enhances on top of existing foundational models. So I hope that answers the question.
Thank you.
Thank you, Elena.
Did you use Thought Partner AI to create Thought Partner AI?
Yes, and there were a lot of bugs in the beginning, but basically I worked off the original sort of the chat interface, and then I started building out the UI UX on top of it.
So once you had it built, you started using it yourself.
Yes, tried to dog food it.
Okay, good.
Yeah, thank you.